What's good? It's your boy, Carlos Harris, aka the Great Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit doggone subscribe button, hit notification bell every time I post up new content. You know, people, I hate really, I really hate sound like old broke ass rucker. Trust me, I do, right? But every time you turn on your TV and you actually really watch actual TV or you go YouTube, TikTok, whatever, right? You will always come across something that is very interesting. Like I saw this shout out to MTR, because I actually really saw it on his channel, right? But but everything that goes on today, right? Especially with this so-called man and woman relationship, or man versus woman, whatever the fuck that you actually really want to call it, right? I'm just gonna come out and say it right now. This conflict between man and woman, right? And listen, it's the most diabolical plan ever. I know I said that once before, right? But put it like this: if the average person, right, would actually really just stop and actually really look at this whole damn thing, right? Or let's just say that if y'all actually really knew how big the most diabolical plan ever created really is, a lot of y'all, most of y'all, if not all of y'all, including myself, right? Half the shit that we do, we wouldn't do. Or let's just say most of the shit that we do, we wouldn't do, right? So just know I'm gonna be bouncing around with this, and then I gotta say this. Because I watch Pop the Balloon, and for the most part, right, this is both, and this comes from both men and women. Just like I said, if y'all watched the show that I did yesterday, it's a prime example that when people hear something for the first time and they like how it sounds, no matter how stupid that it may sound, guess what the fuck a lot of motherfuckers gonna do? Y'all gonna go off of what the fuck y'all heard. And then you gonna start using it as your daily routine or your daily conversation when you actually really trying to pick up somebody new. So for the most part, right, I'm gonna start this. We're gonna let it run. Okay.
Be honest with you.
And that kind of transparency is hard.
I ended my engagement, and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always.
Now, okay. I gotta say this. So y'all see it. Woman says she had the perfect man in a relationship, but still ended her engagement after changing her mind. Prime example of what a lot of you motherfuckers call emotional intelligence. Now, so now the $64,000 question is this, right? Did this woman actually really sit down and actually really thought about what she was getting into? Or was she too busy listening to her friends? Right? That's the question. Right? So let's just play this out and see what the fuck happens.
just need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pass, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition feel lighter just by being
right there. Right there. Because see, I'm gonna tell you what, as the old folks or the elders, right? I'm gonna tell you what was told to me, right? By a real special woman, my wife, right? She actually really did. She actually really, because we'll sit up here and we'll have conversations, right? And then she actually really said that women are the most diabolical creatures on the face of the earth, right? She just said that the women community or the girl community. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this. Right.
being there. I'm so grateful for community, for
Be honest with you.
And that kind of transparency is hard.
ended my engagement, and today I'm moving out. There wasn't any betrayal. He didn't cheat or anything. Honestly, I just changed my mind. Sometimes clarity comes quietly. Choosing yourself doesn't always need a big explanation. But my village, the women in my life are so amazing. They've shown up for me in more ways than one, helping me pass, sitting with me, praying for me, making a hard transition.
Okay, now, so here's the deal, right? All of her friends, all of her female friends, 9 times out of 10, they knew what her fiance looked like. And they say, damn, right? I want him for myself. And so they put that bug in her ear, right? And right now, what's the end result? She cut that shit off. Plain and simple. Now, I really don't know what the fuck the panel gonna say, but if they ain't saying nothing even close to what the crazy uncle said, stop listening to these people. Plain and simple.
Feel lighter just by being there. I'm so grateful for community, for having people who hold you up when you're.
See, this is the difference between a man and a woman. As a man, if I have a homeboy who's
See what she
engaged,
did?
him and his woman is living together, and he's getting like cold feet or
See what she
like
doing?
second guessing himself, I'm gonna say, look, bro,
She
it's okay
really
to be
ain't trying
nervous.
to
It's
hear
okay
what
to
a
be
man gotta
scared. You're
say.
starting a new
9
life with
times out of
somebody.
10, she
You know,
trying to hear
marriage
the
is
man
a big
herself.
step, and it's okay, you know, but you're not about to.
Just in case y'all didn't hear that, right? Y'all saw her expressions? See how she was acting? Her mannerisms? Whatever the fuck you actually really want to call it, right? She ain't trying to hear nothing what old boy got to say. Right? And then just know that for the most part, right? Put it like this. She probably, and I don't know this woman. Right? And so for the most part, right? 9 times out of 10, and it go for men too, right? But I just think, okay, she probably actually really stopped and thought about how much is how much dick is out there, and then actually like, okay, I know what I want sexually. So it's just for the most part, right? She probably felt like, okay, well, he actually really can't do what I want, right? That could be one scenario, right? Or it could be like what I told you earlier. She sit up there, her friends, her so-called friends, right? Looked at her fiance, put that bullshit in her head. Now she's single again.
Believe this woman. You committed to this woman. You told this woman that you want to marry her. You want to spend the rest of your life with her. And I'm going to get on him about making sure he do what he said he was going to do with that woman. As a woman, you want the relationship. Then you want the ring. Then you want the marriage. Then you want the kids and shit. And at any point, you can say, I don't want to do this shit. And then people go like, yes, girl, whatever bad decision you make, we champion that. We have your back. Oh, yes, my village came through and they helped me pack and they prayed for me. And we just had a jolly old time that I just wasted 2, 3, 4 years of this man's life, got engaged to this man. He thinking I'm about to be his wife. And I just woke up one day and I said, fuck it. And every bitch that I know agreed with me and said, yeah, I'm making the right decision. And that's a woman. No matter what bad decisions they make, they're going to have other people, mainly other women, saying, it's okay, you're making the right decision. Even if it's bad, even if it's horrible.
Amanda?
This man who was fiending to say something, he didn't even let me watch the girl's full video, would have given his friend terrible advice, because I don't think that they understand how big of a commitment marriage is. And honestly, he wrote this off as cold feet. And that's not what I got from her whole village helping her pack up her stuff. She stopped herself from making a very big commitment to
in a hard decision.
In a hard decision.
And so, see again, right? Dumb bitch number 1, dumb bitch number 2, dumb bitch number 3, right? Right there, right? Because 9 times out of 10, right? Y'all so stupid, right? Want emotional intelligence, right? Or not actually really being able to doggone think on your own, right? And it's the girl, let him go, right? Because 9 times out of 10, they got plans for it. And it's going to involve one of your so-called friends, right? And then what she said, I don't think, that's your problem now. You don't think worth a damn.
To tell a man, nah, bro, you said you was gonna marry her, you got to do that shit. That is horrible. Advice.
I don't think that's what he was saying, though. I think
is 100%
I think what he spoke
said.
to was having accountability for the responsibility of the investment you made. Right. I think 2 things can exist at the exact same time. And I think that her friends championing her, I don't think that was all the way right. I think someone should say, girl, that's kind of messed up what you did to him.
But I'm
Like,
sure
the whole story.
Wait, let me.
Exactly. And again, I don't, I look at all of the videos, whether it's here on YouTube or Facebook, right? And you got a couple, they could be boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife. And I really forget how it went, right? And then I think the question is, okay, fellas, what's the one thing that we as men can do, but women can't? And then she'll be standing right beside it, right? And she's like, well, what is it? 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 Right? And then he said, see there? I just proved my goddamn point. Right? Now my man right here, he ain't finished. What the fuck she did? Right? Right there.
Right there.
No, I'm speaking about it the way that she presented it, right? Oh, my village is amazing because what they did was support me, right? No, I'm sorry. If you love this person, there is a responsibility as a friend to go, but girl.
Can we tell you what support as a woman?
Wait a minute. There is accountability that girl, what you did is kind of messed up. Like, you have the right to walk away, but it's still kind of messed up that you were there with this guy for 4 years.
Yeah, and then and see, here's the deal, right? You're so smart, so-called so smart, right? It took you it took you 4 years to figure that shit out. Did you even talk to this man once? I mean, 4 years is a long time. So, for the most part, right, you already know how this man gonna think and how he's gonna react, regardless of the situation. right? Now, if you were smart enough, right, you'd have been like, okay, you know what? I really don't like this. It shouldn't have took you. It shouldn't have took your ass 4 years to figure that shit out, right? Unless he was doing a motherfucking an off and on switch, right? I mean, but the thing about it, as far as like the off and on switch goes, right? Everybody ain't gonna always be happy all the goddamn time, right? Whether it's something that's actually really going on with you internally or externally, mainly your job, right? And then for the most part, you never want to try to bring work home with you. Because see, if you do that, right, then now you got a whole new mess of problems. Right. So the thing about it though, and then this is where the term tough skin comes from, right? Or as I like to call it, you got sand in your pussy, right? You didn't like how I feel, and you let old boy go, right?
But in the same breath, once again, I will say no one owns anyone, right? And I'll go even further to say everything in life is a risk. Now, and we have to
now here's another thing. Okay, the dumb bitch, she got her hand up, right? So, but here's the deal, right? A man will say something, and so for the most part, right, this one here, the three witches, right? They listening. They are really listening. Now watch what the fuck happens, right? They gonna go around. They gonna take what he said and then put it back in front of them. They gonna put it. Watch what I tell you.
Understand that when we enter relationships, we can invest 10 years. It doesn't mean that there's a guarantee, right? It's a risk that we are taking, and we have to make the decision: is the reward at the end, the possible goal, worth the risk, right? And no, it's not a guarantee we're going to win. There's a chance we may lose, and if we lose, I'm sorry, we have to suck it up and take it because we don't own anyone.
But you don't think that girl know that was fucked up? That after 4 years, 10 years, that her making this decision to leave was fucked up? You think she needed her friends
by the video she made and what she said? Not, no. I didn't hear at no point that she said that she thought it was messed.
We didn't even watch the video.
What she said was,
we didn't even hear the video.
Wait. What she said was, I have to choose me. Or everything she said was an I statement and me. Everything was centered towards her. There was no empathy for that man. I'm sorry. There wasn't.
I have to actually disagree.
I think that the point of the video was her making a decision for herself and showing her village being there for the decision that she made. But
the village fucked you out of a man, and now the village is fucking your man because you too busy listening to the next motherfucker that for the most part they ain't even got no man themselves, right? They lonely. They want you to be lonely too. Misery loves company, people. Or did y'all not know that?
And that's just the perspective of the video. But you don't think
but
that
what you're making is an assumption because there's no proof of it.
No. When it comes to support from like your community, right? Your friends. She had about 6, 7 girls over there. You can't tell me that there was not one person that was like,
well, what you're making is once again, what you're making is an assumption. There is no proof of that.
I'm thinking that listen, y'all men know how y'all commune together, right? But we as women know how we commune.
That's still an assumption. There is no proof. If we took that video to court and we said, was there anyone? What proof is there that anyone told her the latter, that what she did to this man wasn't right, or who held her accountable? You know what they say? They would say there's no evidence of that in this video.
Just based off of that video. And
exactly.
Also,
and I'm not saying that you're not right.
So you had the audacity to film it.
That's the no. That is the weird part. Like,
okay, so again, right? What the crazy uncle tell y'all all the time, right? What do I matter of fact, yeah, what do I tell y'all all the time? Stop putting your motherfucking business out there. Don't nobody need to play this. Don't nobody need to know every goddamn thing that you do, whether it's by yourself or whether it's with your motherfucking significant other. Right? People got their own goddamn problems. I don't need to be listening to yours. Plain and simple. Right? She did that shit to get clout. And it's just for the simple fact, right? And it wasn't bad about she said she had the perfect man. Which, again, actually really proves it actually really proves another point. Most women don't want no good man. They want the motherfucker. They want the motherfucker that either is not working or barely working, cheating on her with other females. But here's the deal, right? Oh, he got a big dick. That's why I ain't left him. That's what the fuck y'all do. Or at least that's what some of y'all do. Right? So here's, so again, right? It's like what I said, there's plenty of dick out there, right? And so my whole deal is, right? And so here's the $64,000 question, which I already know the fucking answer, right? What would you rather have? A dude with a big dick that really ain't gonna provide for you, or you want a dude that, I mean, he got a dick, but it ain't as big as the motherfucker that don't do shit for you. A lot of y'all will actually really go for the big dick that ain't gonna do shit for you. Change my mind. Change my mind, people. Let's go. Damn, did it again. We ain't trying to loop it.
Like, I don't understand that.
I want to make this clear. So you said all these women got together as a community.
You're celebrating what he's mourning,
right?
No, you're not celebrating that he's mourning.
That's a celebration.
One of them was like, "Oh, girl, don't videotape this." Nobody had the common sense to say that, but they were supporting her.
And you're celebrating what he's mourning.
No,
because that video is a celebration. I chose me, everyone. Look, my friends are here to support me.
Okay, can I say something?
That's a celebration of the death that he's mourning. That is very insensitive.
She's not mourning.
Say one thought.
She doesn't sound like she's mourning.
Sound mourning.
But don't. Okay, and that's an assumption.
No, it's not.
No,
I'm speaking.
She just said that she was relieved, right? Motherfucker, is you high? You got your shades on in a building. So yeah, you all kinds of fucked up right now, right?
To what she presented there.
I also want to say we did not see the full video. That man ambushed the video. I saw 5 seconds.
Another assumption.
Oh my God, right? Bitch, what more else you need to see, right? She clearly made the decision, right? It was enough of the video to be like, okay, she already made her mind, right? So whatever the fuck comes after that, for the most part, is irrelevant. She already made her decision. You see her packing her shit. 9 times out of 10, that probably was his house. So he's like, okay, here's the rest of the video, right? And for the most part, you can call this a motherfucking assumption. Call it whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? But here's the deal, right? So they dating, they get engaged, they living together, right? And then all of a sudden, right? She don't want to be with your ass no more, right? Because 9 times out of 10, she probably found somebody with a bigger dick and more money, right? But how is he really going to treat her, right? And so he was just like, you know what? Since you feel that goddamn way, get the fuck out of my house. That's what happened. That's the rest of the goddamn video for you.
I'm speaking to what we saw.
We didn't see that girl's full video.
No, but you're saying he's mourning.
What we
You're
saw.
literally making an assumption, but telling us to not make assumptions.
Can I say something? I also think that she's probably protecting him by not saying what really occurred.
What?
Because
Okay. Now, as ridiculous that shit may sound, right? In a sense, I kind of agree with this, right? Because, like what I said earlier, right? She come up to him with that bullshit. She packing her shit. First and foremost, why is she packing her shit? 9 times out of 10, that's his goddamn house. She probably ain't on the lease. None of that shit. Right? Right? I mean, because why the fuck else would you pack your shit if that ain't your goddamn house? Right? Because 9 times out of 10, you have already had established yourself in that particular city, regardless of state, right? You got your job there, everything, right? There's so many ways that you can actually really look at this shit, for the most part, right? Because it's probably like if you want to make motherfucking assumptions, right? We play like this. We can sit up here and we can assume any goddamn thing, right? We can sit up here and say, okay, well, hey, depending on what type of job she had, okay, you got a job transfer. Guess what? We're gonna doggone pay for you. We're gonna pay for your moving, traveling expenses. We set you up. Then just know we need your ass at work as soon as possible. That could be one. That could be one theory. But 9 times out of 10, she had to get the fuck out of the house because of what the fuck she said.
I agree.
She said he was a good man.
I'm telling you.
That is another assumption. Oh my God. She said he's a good man. Now you're saying she protected him because he was hell on wheels. Oh my
What I'm
Lord.
saying is,
that his dick was
can I
small
just say
and she
my
didn't want to marry
perspective now?
that.
Because we all respect each other's
She's not gonna say
perspective.
that.
So coming from a woman who has been in a position where I loved my man, and I was in a difficult situation where he also made me feel like I was in a mentally abusive situation, I wouldn't tell everybody all of the difficult things that I was going through. I would always big him up and make him seem like,
bitch, that's your fault. Plain and simple.
Like, all right, like everything's great. He's a great man. Everyone in my family thought that I was in a perfect relationship because I protected him. So maybe what she's doing here is not putting all of their business out. Yeah, she recorded her family helping them.
She already did enough. Putting your business out there is putting your business out there. Whether it's this small or this goddamn big, you already put your shit out there. Right? Just like I say, a lot of y'all do shit for clout, right? And then just for the simple fact, y'all will do that shit, right? And then, yes, girl, he probably wasn't shit no way. But just like I said, right? They was probably looking at old boy. And they put that shit in her head. That's why she left.
Back and stuff like that. And maybe she did say, yeah, you know what? I had to choose my own self. Maybe my mental health was suffering, something like that.
What you're doing.
Oh, here we go with the motherfucking emotional intelligence, right? That's why I say it's a non-motherfucking factor. Fuck the motherfucking emotional part of it. It's just that intelligence is a non-goddamn factor. Let's go.
Doing is a perfect example of projecting.
I'm just saying
it has nothing that it has. I understand, but you're basing what she went through your experience. That's the perfect example of projecting.
But what I'm doing is also taking detail from the video that we did not fully see, and the fact that she's not.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, and I get it. These motherfuckers, they can't hear me, right? But here's the deal, right? I would love to be on a motherfucking panel like this, right? Because I would destroy all. I would destroy all three this one here, right? But I will make her watch. Hopefully, she gonna get fucked up too, but I'm just like, just be like, okay, all right, look, I get your point, right? And then after you said it, okay, then but then again, guess what? I still got to put you out your misery.
Not saying
That
what
part.
fully happened. She said there was a great relationship, but obviously, if you're putting yourself first, why are you?
I don't understand how you can pull that he did something wrong from her saying.
That. I'm saying she said that.
If she said it was
herself.
yes.
So I'm saying take the video for what was said and what was presented.
So
right?
let's rewind it.
Choosing herself means that there was
an issue.
There was something about the relationship that she could not see herself.
And it took you 4 years to figure that shit out. Listen, people. I'm just gonna come out and say it, right? I know I'm not the best husband towards my wife, but I'm far from being the worst, right? I'll be the first one to tell you. I can be an asshole, right? But the one thing that I actually really love about Sweet is that she'll call me on my bullshit, right? She'll, I will say this, my wife, she actually really stands her ground a great deal. And, that's one of the things that I really love about this woman, right? But the thing about though is this. Listen, if I'm fucked up on day one, then 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be fucked up throughout, right? And then for the most part, you could be like, okay, well, you can do this, you can do that, you can do the other. Not to say that she didn't do this, but when you sit up here and you give a description like what you just gave, right? Perfect man. So for the most part, how I'm looking at it, okay, this motherfucker, he didn't argue with you or nothing. And for the most part, I just look at it like this. And motherfuck what anybody else say, right? If you have a relationship, regardless of level, and you motherfuckers ain't arguing, there's something seriously wrong with that picture. There's something seriously wrong with one of y'all. Plain and simple, people. Let's go.
Continuing with. She did not want to commit
Maybe
to
he
this.
bit his nails.
And
maybe
yes.
Even if
That's
it that is something.
That is something. See, and this is what I mean. We have to be able to decipher.
No,
the
it's
difference
not.
Because
between
you have to commit the things that you like about your
how
partner.
you feel is not real. Your feelings are a reaction to what is real.
Well, listen, he brought up having cold feet, right? If my brother came to me and was like, I'm having cold feet.
Again. Now, I don't know about the rules of engagement, right? But for the most part, right, to be perfectly honest with you, if you've been with somebody, put like this, if you've been dating somebody for 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever, God damn it, that's the engagement right there. And just no, I'm not finna buy you no motherfucking engagement ring. Motherfucker, we already engaged, right? And so for the most part, right, we just trying to figure out how long that we can actually really keep the train going, which for the most part, it actually really goes back to what old boy said, right? As so just like say, ain't no guarantees, right? But the thing about it though is this: don't drag a person along knowing damn well you're not gonna be in for the long haul. You just gonna say fuck it, and don't give no type of explanation. She already said he was perfect. She already said he was perfect, but you left anyway. Stupidity at its finest. No intelligence whatsoever. You ain't give a damn how he feel, right? Again, too busy listening to your girls, right? Let's go.
I'm gonna be like, look, this is your decision, and right now you're committing to a lifetime of it. So whatever it is, you need to be sure about it. I'm not going to talk about, oh, well, you made a commitment to her. You got kids with her.
What I'm going to do is ask, what's the problem? And if he says she bites her nails, and I'm going to say, bro, are you serious?
I'm not even asking the problem, because the thing is that problem.
Again, hold on. Listen, here's another thing too, right? Somebody come, but like, now I say, don't put your business out there, right? Because for one, you're a grown-ass woman, grown-ass man. Or you can still be a child. You can look grown up, but in all actuality, you ain't number 12 years old, right? Shit, 10. So whatever the fuck goes wrong, of course, you gonna go and put that into somebody that you feel like that you trust, right? But the thing about though is this, right? I just feel like have enough about yourself before you call yourself going out there dating. And it's quite obvious that she don't know enough about it. The bitch probably 10 years old mentally, right? So, and again, hey, it is what it is. Let's go.
And how?
No. Listen, that problem has been ruminating.
But how can see? This is the difference between men. This is the difference between men. You see how you said that problems? It is nature.
It's nature.
You're absolutely, and I've learned to accept it. But you see how you said that problem's been ruminating because something as little as biting his nails. Once you
No. I'm talking about this. I'm not talking about
what the hell you think he talking about. See, you don't know you don't know the difference between your head and the hole in the ground and your asshole, right? There's no that the two that I said, both of them includes being in a dark, stank place. And then you put like this, you must eat a lot of ass because you talking straight shit right now. Okay, I'm just put it out there. Let's go.
Nail biting. I'm talking about this. I'm saying,
but even if the problem's been ruminating, if it's a small problem, it doesn't matter how much it echoes in your mind. It doesn't make it any bigger.
It doesn't matter. It's still it's still your choice. So if this is something that I can do this, I can deal with it, and then you realize,
so that's not cold feet. Stop there. That's not cold feet.
I'm saying that it is.
I don't think she committed.
No. It's doubt.
So I have a question.
Wait, hold on. And the doubt has been ruminating. The thing is that perhaps she said it before the marriage, and he's saying it the day of. You see what I'm saying? And they both got the opportunity to walk away. It's just that I don't think that you're gonna have a friend group where everyone has different personalities. So somebody's going.
Here's the deal, people. And for the most part, right? Y'all know, crazy uncle old school, right? And so we as men, because I was talking to one of my good buddies, one of my good army buddies, a while back, right? And I just told her, I said, look, we as men, we're simple creatures, right? It takes a lot for us to be pissed off, unless it's that one thing that's going to just set your ass off. It's almost as bad. Okay, here's prime example. The movie Stir Crazy, Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder, right? So they was working. So they moved from New York to Arizona, got a job, right? There was, put it like this. If you've seen the movie, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So he ends up being a rodeo clown. So the other guy, right, he took him to where his one bull was at. And so basically what he said was, he said, every bull has that one word, right? That's going to like just set him off, right? And so Richard, he doing he like saying all this kind of shit. And so this motherfucker, after a while, he just said, shit. And the bull came after his ass. And so basically that's what, and this is like with, this goes on both sides of the equation, whether it's male or female, right? I mean, but for the most part, right? And I'm not going to speak for every man, right? But whoever watches this motherfucking video, a lot of y'all are actually really going to agree with what the fuck I'm about to say next. We as men, right? We're simple creatures. And for the most part, once we find that one, that special someone, right? It ain't gonna care, but it ain't gonna care, it really ain't gonna matter what the fuck y'all do. Now, if y'all cheat, that's a whole different, but the thing about it is that if we lay in the bed or whatever, you decide, if your wife or whatever decide to give you a Dutch oven, right? 9 times out of 10, depending on how bad her gas is, right? You ha ha he he, whatever, right? You play, right? We could do shit like, okay, we know you in the bathroom, you taking a piss or shit, we're coming in and bust in on, right? Soon as you wipe off, I'm saying, you know what? Go ahead, get that towel, wipe up real good, and then bend your ass over the sink. Type of shit that we do. Or at least this is the type of shit that I do. Right? So it's, so again, I mean, now my wife now, or the wife that I did have, right? Neither one of them bit their nails, right? But it's just for some fact, right, that, and not to say that we're happy to have y'all, right? But it's just for some fact, right? Well, I'm not, put it like this. We done finally found that one, right? So of course we're gonna be happy. But it's just for some fact that, we could be like, okay, look, we just want to be around y'all, this, that, and third, right? I mean, I know right off y'all ain't gonna fart in front of us, right? But the thing about though is this, if you did, we may look at you crazy, right? And then if y'all don't get a reaction out of us, right? Then we could be like, okay, well, he don't give a damn, right? So so again, it's levels to this shit, right? And it's quite obvious they don't know the motherfucking levels.
I'm gonna be real with you. Somebody's gonna also say, well, I support you whatever you do. And of course, your mama, your grandma, and well, baby, y'all done paid for the wedding and y'all live together. Trust me, the elders are gonna try to suck you back in. You can't tell me that she didn't have
that conversation.
Multiple.
Okay, bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna call bullshit on that because 9 times out of 10, right? People in your family, they gonna look at who you done brought home, and then right off, right? They gonna look at whoever the fuck you bring home. They're like, you know what? You might want to let that one go. I don't like the vibe that either. I don't like the vibe that he's putting out, or I don't like the vibe that she's putting out. Right? That's how it was with my first wife. Cause my mom, she told me like, you might want to leave that alone. Right? But me with my dumb ass, I ended up married anyway. Right? So that again. That shit what you talking? Say that shit while you walking.
Perspectives as a consequence of the decision that she was gonna make.
So
and
so
that also has nothing to do with them helping her pack up her house.
Who was going? Was he going to help
They're
her?
definitely all of the friends could
damage
have
is
been like,
done.
"Girl, for real? Like
they
you
weren't,
really gonna?"
because she said
leave
my
that man?
community supported my decision 100%.
Why do you
Exactly. So, because again, and the only reason why they supported her ass is like what the fuck that I said earlier, right? They saw her fiance, her so-called friends, right? And decided they wanted her man for themselves. Because here's the deal, right? Since these motherfuckers want to talk about assumptions, who's to say that he ain't with one of her so-called friends right now? You know, not to say that. And so again, that's why I say, right? I would love to be on this show or any other show, right? Just know, crazy uncle will fuck y'all up so goddamn tough, right? I would like get up under y'all skin so goddamn tough with the truth that you motherfuckers will get up and walk out the studio. All because I'm telling the goddamn truth. Let's go.
When you support the decision.
But why do you think
because listen, I've been in listen.
Why do you support
wait. I've been in situations
Let him talk.
that I've said to male friends of mine, bro, I don't agree with what you're doing, but if you need my help, I'm gonna help you.
Exactly. Exactly.
No.
You was gonna say, "Fuck you! I'm not helping you pack up shit."
But what happened?
I gotta stop.
This is my question though. Whatever happened to the realization that relationships require compromise? And if something small,
we don't know if it was small or big.
Assumption.
Okay.
Oh. It's quite obvious that it was big enough for her to call the shit off. Again, where's the goddamn intelligence at? Where? You partly cloudy. You partly cloudy with a chance of severe thunderstorms. And you are a cross between a goddamn hurricane and a tornado. Just tearing up shit for apparently no fucking reason.
I mean,
you're absolutely right. Well, no, it's not an assumption, because what she said was he was a good man and it was a great relationship. So I would assume.
Okay.
No. If I say
not in this, see, you know, for the most part, I know for the most part, right? Yo, you fucked up too. 9 times out of 10, he fucked up too. That's why he ain't saying too much or nothing. Right? He letting no boy talk. Look at it. He on his goddamn phone right now. Right? Because again, and see, this is what this is where I wish that I could actually really, I know everybody that I deal with, right? As far as like my friends and shit, they work, right? But it's shit like this, right? That I would actually really love to hear from my other friends' perspective, right? And but just know this, right? 9 times, because right now he fucked up. He didn't put like this. He didn't got infiltrated so goddamn tough right now to this motherfucking ridiculous, right? I mean, because and maybe just because he's actually really not saying what the fuck that I'm saying. I mean, it ain't got to be word for word. But the thing about it though is this: when they say, "Well, we don't know how big or small," but like this, that's another thing too. See, this is how you know motherfuckers really ain't got it all, right? Because they shouldn't have been talking about, well, we don't know if it was big or small. Okay, but she packed her shit. So it's quite obvious it was big enough, right? Because here's the deal. Whether it's like this or whether it's like this, right? Guess what? It was still big enough for her to pack her shit. Let's go.
So
If I say I have a great marriage, that does not discount the 25%
yeah.
of the bullshit. Because
But here's the deal, right? And put like this. If y'all want to watch it, look, I already put this shit in the goddamn description. So, but the thing about it though is this, right? Okay, 25% of the bullshit. So, what's with the 75? That 75% is outweighing the goddamn 25. So, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, really? So, again, and just know I will be talking just like this. Because you don't know shit. You getting infiltrated, and these two goons over here, yeah.
you do realize, but you do realize,
in the 80-20.
But you do realize, if you have a great marriage, but there's 25% of bullshit, it's because he doesn't do 25% of what you want or what you like.
That part.
Now, this is what we have to be able to decipher the difference between a great man and a man that will do everything that you want. A great man is not going to do everything that you want because he has to teach you and he has to lead you. So we live in a time where women think if the man challenges her, that it's an issue. No, this is my job. This is why I'm here.
Do you think that?
Me? I did kind of agree with that part.
This is why I'm here.
Do you think that?
I think that
the man,
I don't think
if you listen.
I don't think
Okay, see what did I tell y'all earlier? Partly cloudy, severe thunderstorm. Right? So it's quite obvious she's feeling some type of way right now, right? So, and then she gonna sit up here and like, well, she agreeing what he said, right? But that still don't make you still partly cloudy, motherfucker. And then, yeah. So now she wants clarity. Let's go.
I will tell you this: the man that does not challenge you does not love you. That is the reality.
And vice versa. And I also think that if there's people are expecting perfect out of relationships these days,
right?
It's not going to be perfect. It's constant work.
And
okay, again, apparently you motherfuckers act like really don't know the true definition of what perfect is or perfection. Because if you did, guess what? Like I say, right? If you actually really do what the fuck you was talking about, which they don't, a lot of shit wouldn't fly out of your mouth. Plain and simple. Let's go.
And I will say this: we all have this idea in our head of this perfect person that does not exist. Absolutely. No one has ever met them.
Never.
Everyone has this idea of this perfect person.
But like this, well, I beg to differ, right? Because I know what to do regardless of the situation, right? Now, it was a time that I wasn't perfect or whatever. But if you actually really go off of the definition, and then if y'all don't believe it, go look up the word. Right? To be perfect or perfection means completion. Don't believe me? Look it up, right? If I'm wrong, leave a comment. Plain and simple.
That no one has ever met. And what I've come to learn is, look, man, you have your core principles, pinpoint what's important to you. And if that person has 2 or 3 of those important things, you work with them.
Yes.
They're not going to be perfect.
Okay, so, all right. So enough of this. Like, now I'm going to fast forward it, and it's not due to time constraints because I'm tired of looking at this bullshit. I actually really want to get to the part, right? Because I'm going to tell you something, right? Okay, she put like this, right? I already told you about her, right? And the weather that's going on in her head. But she really, I just got a feeling that the weather is going to change quick, fast, in the motherfucking earth. So we're going to fast forward. Let's stop it right here, see what happens.
Look, human beings evolve. Just because that's what it was 1,000 years ago doesn't mean that's necessarily what it needs to be now, right? There's evolution. And at the end of the day, I always say a king with no discipline is a weak man with luxuries. A man without discipline is not a man.
You had that in one of your shows, didn't you?
Shirt. That was in your I'm gonna put that on the shirt.
I wrote that in one. I don't remember which one.
I knew it.
And so again, here's the deal, right? All that what he just said is true, right? But here's the deal, right? They're going to do it if indeed they did. And then just know they're going to find the wrong one on the right goddamn day. And then you going to take that goddamn shirt off. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
I knew it.
You know, and that's a king without discipline is nothing but a weak man with luxuries.
I mean, I totally agree. And the thing is that that's also.
And here's another thing too, right? A woman without discipline is a stretch. How about that? Because y'all too busy, especially the one that left the perfect man. No discipline, no intelligence whatsoever. So guess what? You old ignorant bitch. Plain and simple.
I also think that 100% applies to women.
Okay,
of course.
good.
You know, but again, we always go back to like,
Look, ain't no buts about it. Okay? Accept it and deal with it. Keep that shit moving.
But women aren't held to discipline anymore.
I think that
I'd be right.
Because everything a woman does.
They can buy everything, and that they'd rather go to another country and
like
buy their cheap wife.
If we're going to
because
be,
they don't want to be good men.
if we're going to be,
You know, so far, right? I can see why the passport bros exist. I really can, right? Just because don't nobody want to deal with your ignorant ass, it's something wrong with you, right? We as men, like what I said earlier, we as men, we are simple creatures, right? We get up and go to work for those of us that actually really good at get up and go to work. I'm retired. They're like, say, I ain't got to do this shit no more, right? But let's just say for shits and giggles that if I did, right? I just want to come home, shit, shower, shave, eat a kick-ass meal, have my tasty beverage, and just sit back and enjoy whatever the fuck happens, right? Just like that shit yesterday with that other bitch. Come on, she's giving up your body. Okay, you can't cook with her, damn. Keep your body. Plain and simple. Let's go.
totally honest, there is no longer a bar set for a woman. You know, I had a conversation.
I've never heard that.
I had a conversation not too long ago, right? Where I said, you know, why are there no responsibilities that is the woman and the woman's only, right? For instance, why is there no responsibility that you take pride in? And what I mean by that is, if we go out on a first date and you attempt to pay, I'm offended.
Why?
Because,
yeah, okay, yeah. Why? Right? Because the thing about it though is this, right? On that first date, I ain't gonna take you nowhere goddamn spectacular. Motherfucker, I just met you. All right. We go hit at Starbucks or a nice little club or whatever, or what the old folks you say, a little hole in the wall. Have a few drinks. We talk. You want to get up and dance? We'll do that. And then, not to be just too crazy, right? And then, or go to either do that or go to a movie. Go, hey, what? It's a lot of good movies. What you trying to see, right? Because on the first date, don't look to do Netflix and chill, because all what the fuck that means is, okay, we're gonna watch Netflix and then I'm gonna play with your booty. No, you know, no, that ain't until like later on, right? But the thing about it is this. Now she said why. So again, like, but you still cloudy. You still partly cloudy, okay? Or you just cloudier than a motherfucker right now. Let's go.
Because that is my role. That is my job, right?
People don't feel that way.
But wait.
Yeah, you're from a different generation.
Hold on.
Now,
Most men.
Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal, right? I hear what you're saying. But what a lot of you women will do, right? You'll ha he in his face. And then once the date is over with, guess what the fuck you finna say? This nigga he didn't even want to pay for the first date. Let's go.
Let's be honest. We're not going to talk about the exception. We're not going to treat the exception like it's the rule, right? There are responsibilities that are mine and mine only, right? Whether it's paying the majority of the bills, taking out the garbage, whatever it is. But guess what? I can cook, I can clean, I can take care of the kids, I can babysit. You won't be offended by me doing any of this.
Okay, now, again, I can look at this and be like, okay, well, motherfucker, that's what you're supposed to do. You was doing it before you got with anybody. So what's so goddamn spectacular about that? Hell, I do the same thing too. Right? Stop putting regular duties as if you're actually really doing something rather spectacular. Okay? Leave that shit alone.
Any. Why are there no responsibilities that you take pride in?
I think there are.
Yeah, I think so.
There are.
But that's your experience, though, because in my household, I am the one that does the cooking and the cleaning. So that's your experience.
But if he cooked,
my man has never, ever had to touch the stove.
But if he did, would you be offended?
I would be like, get out of my kitchen. What are you doing?
You'd be like shocked. You'd be like, what you doing?
Yeah, like, why would you
feel
do
like
that?
less of a woman.
You know what? Let's see again. Right? Thing about it is this, right? If you with somebody, right? And if you know how to cook, right? Why the fuck would you say some shit what you just said? Right? Same thing here.
If
I really don't. I
don't think he would feel.
I really don't know what she said, right? But here's the deal, because the thing about it is this: I cook, I clean, I take care of all this shit here, right? I mean, and it's only because, hey, guess what? I've been doing this shit for so long that it actually really becomes natural. It's automatic. Right? Anytime when, hey, because see, y'all are, and again, now that I actually really stop and think about it, the question that he asked was rather fucked up, right? Because this is how this is how the shit should go, right? This is like 50-50 in a sense, right? But and then motherfucker be talking about, okay, well, I ain't gonna go 50-50. Okay, 50-50 is only half of the motherfucking equation. You should do 100, right? And see, but I already know that these three goons right here, or probably all of them, right? Y'all are fixated on a certain idea that, okay, a man's supposed to do this, a woman's supposed to do that. That is not how that shit go, people. Call me a unicorn, but hey, guess what? I guess that's what the fuck I am. You know, because the thing about though is this. If I can do it, and if I do a goddamn good job at it, guess what? Oh, sweet in there ain't gonna have no problems with it. Right? Now, one time she told me to get out of the kitchen. Hell, sometimes she'll cook dinner because here's how the shit go in our household. She cooks, I clean up. I cook, I clean up. I do the laundry. I make the beds, or the bed rather. You know, because my thing is, I know your situation. I know you still got to go out there and get it, which, you know, again, hey, it is what it is. But the thing about it though is this. My wife, she the type that she be like, no, I want to go make my own money. Go ahead. Do you? But guess what? She ain't got to pay for nothing in this goddamn house. Whatever the hell that my wife do with her check, guess what? That's what the fuck she gonna do with her check. She ain't got to pay shit in here, right? Now, we both go buy groceries, right? 100. We don't do 50-50 right here. We do 100, right? Because if you holler about that 50-50 shit, right? It ain't no true goddamn marriage, no goddamn way. So they're like I said, and again, oh boy, he kind of the smart one right here, right? Because he just looking like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna let them have it. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say something rather fucked up, right? So hey, let's go.
Like less of a man if I paid for one of his dinners either, though. So I think it's just like the
truth is level. It's to the point where there was a word created for it. It's called emasculation. If a woman tries to do a man's responsibilities, she is emasculating
that it should be that way.
So here's the deal, right? You know, I'm okay, maybe I'm missing something here. Ain't no such thing as no goddamn man responsibility. Ain't no such thing as a woman motherfucking responsibility. It's just called responsibility, regardless who the fuck doing it. Right? If you don't know how to do something, go ask your spouse. Hey, baby, how I do this? Show me how this goes. So that's way when the next time it happens, guess what? You ain't got to do it. I'm going to do it. Or she can do this. Hey, baby, how you do this? See, that's how that shit's supposed to go. Stop tagging a goddamn responsibility. Oh, I'm supposed to do this. Okay, so what happens when you by yourself? You're going to do all the shit, including cutting the grass. Come on now. Y'all can't be that damn stupid.
Though I'm not disagreeing with you.
So,
I'm just
but that's
saying
not for all men, though. I feel like
I think
there are no absolutes. We're talking to the way that.
But you have to think about it. Y'all is 2 different generations. Mm-hmm. So the way you perceive the world is
yeah, I can agree to that.
Totally different. So like somebody in her generation, a dude would be like, "But we going
at dinner." You got,
but guess what? You do realize that this is a result of feminism and women's independence. So y'all got what y'all asked for.
Who is we?
Y'all got what y'all asked for. Wait.
Oh, here we go. So-called feminism. You know, people, Not to say that I've been around for a long while, but I do realize one important thing, right? And I did this once before, right? I was like, okay. Actually, it really, for me, right? You know, unless you really know the English language, right? Which again, apparently these motherfuckers don't, right? Matter of fact, hold on. Let's let this play out. Because I know somebody finna say something rather fucked up.
Wait.
What's your definition of feminism?
White women?
Wait. No. Wait. Let me tell you something. Chivalry existed. Men paid for all the bills, and men paid for dinner. Do you know why? Because women couldn't work. Y'all asked for independence.
Who is y'all? Black women was always working.
Hold on.
Thank you. No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Black women was always working. So
Bullshit, right? So again, you had housewives, right? Women's liberation created by the Rockefellers, right? And to plug this, prime example, right here. So let's go.
don't keep doing that to us. Y'all always saying y'all ask
in the home, y'all didn't have jobs that y'all didn't have jobs that y'all were paid for.
What?
Being at home is worse. These kids is crazy.
Okay.
No.
Now we're moving the goal.
No,
let's listen. Let's so y'all asked for independence. Y'all asked for equal pay. Now y'all got
We didn't
equal.
ask for independence.
Wait.
That's not what
Bullshit.
feminism is.
Wait. Y'all got equal pay, but y'all still want men to carry the brunt of the work.
We don't have equal pay.
So which one is it?
We don't have equal pay.
Which one? I'm just asking. Which
you're saying factually, like these
what
things.
We're doing right now is playing semantics.
No, listen, no. We're not playing semantics because at the end of the day, women. I think it's some Ledbetter case. It was some law. It came into play, whatever, during Obama's time. Obama was recently a president, right? That's my generation. It ain't my mama. It ain't my granny. It ain't right. And women still are not paid equally. So really, I want you to understand that's not what feminism is. Feminism is about having equal opportunity, just like Black people wanting equal opportunity.
That's what feminism was, but what has it turned to? What has it become?
But do you
know that's
why?
It's not,
but
my
do we ever
God.
talk about
Y'all can't have
why?
y'all. Listen, what I'm saying is y'all can't have y'all cake and eat it too.
Okay, now grant the fact. According to Oxford's language, right? Feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes. Okay, people. Let Crazy Uncle explain something to y'all right fast. All right. It kind of actually, I don't know if it was a Declaration of Independence or one of the Bill of Rights where it said, okay, all men are created equal. Okay, that's a bold-faced lie right there. All men are not created equally. When it comes to, put like this, if you want to call it equal, then hey, by all means. But there's no like such thing as equality between a man and a woman, right? On every level, whether it's mental, mental capacity and as far as like physical strength goes, ain't no goddamn comparison, right? But the thing about it though is this: you can't holler feminism when you actually really don't even know what it is to actually really be a feminist. And none of these women here don't, right? Now, I know on my previous channel, I did a show where I call myself the ultimate racist as well as the ultimate feminist. Because here's the deal, right? Okay, none of these, other than besides that they are a woman, They can't explain to you. They can't explain to you why they got titties. They can't explain to you why they go on their menstrual cycle every damn 30 days. Me, on the other hand, I can. Right? The true meaning on why you motherfuckers come on y'all menstrual cycle every day. Goes back to the biblical days, believe it or not. You know, and just know that the human body, whether you doggone male or female, is a testimony of what happened way the fuck back then. Right? Another story, right? But all this shit, what they talking about, right? They're sitting up here talking about, well, we didn't do it. We didn't do it. But guess what? You're benefiting from it now. So, as what I used to tell my soldiers and some leadership, shut the fuck up and color.
Okay. Y'all want men to be traditional while y'all are no longer required to be traditional. I'm sorry.
Okay, again, so it's again, I hate to do this, but this is what the fuck I do, right? Explain traditional. Anybody on that panel, right? You say shit and then you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Right? Because guess what? I don't know the motherfucking martial status of any of these people on this panel, right? But the thing about it is this. Whatever the fuck that you put this, you was doing it before you got with anybody. Now that you with somebody, look, they call it a help meet for a goddamn reason. And for anybody that's sitting there hollering about, oh, I ain't gonna go 50-50, then guess what? All right, carry your ass back out there and do 100-100. Tell me if I'm wrong. Please do, right?
And I don't think that's right.
Yes, it does not work that way. That's what feminism is. Men continue to pay the bills. Men continue to pay for
and be shitty individuals.
But yeah, listen,
you know be shitty individuals.
You know what feminism is? Let's remove the responsibility off of.
Yeah, we shitty. Some of us are shitty, right? Because here's the deal. Y'all are scared and holler about feminism, right? And whatever rights that y'all have, y'all got, right? And so for the most part, right, like what I just said, a help meet means, bitch, help me out with some of this shit, right? Since I got so much of a shitty attitude, bitch, help me out. You know, plain and simple. I want to have some money in my pocket. I want to be able to go to the liquor store and get me a tasty beverage. You know, not to say that I can't do it, right? But you know, I'm just saying. It's quite obvious y'all have forgot what a help meet is. Because if you did, again, like I said, right? This conversation would not be taking place.
Women's backs, but leave the responsibility on men's. That's what it is.
That's your perspective, and I have to respect it.
That is my
perspective.
Man. Yeah, you don't have to agree.
No, so I don't know how.
Guys. Words have meaning.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
We can't just say that feminism is whatever you're saying or whatever you're saying.
Right.
There is an actual definition of feminism, and Marie is gonna.
Okay, what is it? Please tell me.
Tell us in a second. But at the end of the day,
she said, "I am."
Feminism
are just words.
Okay. Oh, words are just words.
Words are just words to a degree because guess what? Men these days are women.
That's what we're trying
What's
to tell
the difference?
You, so
but they're not women.
All my life.
So what? Words are words.
No. You just
he got that damn off and on switch going on. And, you know, honestly, again, I actually really think that he has been infiltrated by these three. Plain and simple, right? I'm just saying, and then again, oh boy, he over here just sitting back, right? So hey,
because that's the problem that we're having. Traditional for who? We haven't had traditional for so long. These men are literally bickering with us about everything.
I'm not speaking traditional by societal standards.
You are.
I'm not speaking traditional by society.
Okay, so if you ain't speaking it by society standards, then how are you speaking? Right? And again, I'm just looking at it like this. Define traditional on any goddamn level. Right? On any level.
Standards. I'm speaking traditional by the way God designed us. And this is what we need to understand. When I say traditional,
women are doing it all. I just want you to know that
women are doing it all.
They're doing it all. They're literally working, taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, taking care of the bills, taking care of the cooking, taking care of this, taking care of that,
and working.
He comes home and he's like wants his foot rubbed, and now he's upset.
And at what point do you hold yourself? And at what point? Wait. And at what point? And at what point do you hold yourself accountable for choosing that man?
That's the point I'm making too.
I don't understand.
But no,
wait a minute.
Because women are not choosing the man that they have to go 50-50 with. So when I say I want a man that takes care.
Okay, see, there it is, right there, people. You motherfuckers, right? You don't know how to talk for one. That's why I'm cut. That and for the most part, right? I know every other word has been motherfucker this, motherfucker that, bitch this, bitch that, bitch the other. But here's this, right? And any of my friends will tell you this, right? I'll sit up because I'm the type of person like I like to sit back. I like to sit back and watch because I want to see how you operate. And it's just for the simple fact, I already, you call me prejudiced, call me whatever the fuck, right? But here's the deal about the crazy uncle, right? You come to my house, I go to your house, whatever. And then I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to watch. I'm watching everything what's going on in the house, especially the people that I don't know. I don't know you too well. So guess what? I'm most definitely going to pay attention to you. And it's just for the simple fact, I might, well, ain't no mic to it. I actually really just strike up a conversation. And then just know that I'm going to take it somewhere where that I know I can actually really pinpoint what you're all about, right? And then once I say that, right, then that ain't going to do nothing but just give me the green light to call you wherever the fuck I feel like calling you, right? Plain and simple. So all this shit here, right? She talking about 50-50. Well, 50% is only half of the full equation, right? Because I just look at it like this. You don't want to do 50-50. But I'm pretty sure you're single, right? So you're gonna have to do 100. You paying 100% for every goddamn thing, right? So why not go 50-50? All right. So then, like I said, y'all know shit, right? And then again, like what that other bitch said yesterday, she giving up her body. Okay, but you ain't got shit up here. Keep your goddamn body. I don't need no pretty dumb motherfucker. I really don't. Don't want one. All right? Let's go.
No, I'm not saying you. We're not talking about you. I want to get a belt.
No, I'm just saying, but at what point?
Wait a minute now.
Who got the belt?
But at what point do you hold yourself accountable? If you're saying women are doing this, okay, and hold yourself accountable for the fact that that's the man that you chose.
Let me show you right now.
You're right, though.
I want you to read the comments right after I say this. I want a man that provides and takes care of all of my bills and is going to make sure that I don't have to lift.
Are you a child?
Okay. Guess what? Good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. Because we already know that you partly cloudy. And so for the most part, like, what the fuck else am I bringing to the table? Right? Or what else are you bringing to the table? Right? I'm gonna rewind it, right? So, but the thing about it though is this. Come on now, y'all. Come on now. You know, and then this is what the fuck I saw last night. So the heart machine, right? Or that airplane then sprayed all types of chemtrails and then they done cut on the heart machine or that bullshit ass idea that I don't want to pay no bills. I want my man to do this. Now get your ass out there and work. Don't you want your own money? So hold on. Let's do this.
This is crazy.
Okay.
No. Happy with. So when I say I want a man that takes care,
50-50.
no, I'm not saying you. We're not talking about you. I want to get a belt.
No, I'm just saying. But at what point?
Wait a minute now. Who got the belt?
But
Whoop his ass.
at what point do you hold yourself accountable? If you're saying women are doing this, okay, and hold yourself accountable for the fact that that's the man that you
Let me show you right now.
You're right,
I
though.
want you to read the comments right after I say this. I want a man that provides and takes care of all of my bills and is going to make sure that I don't have to lift.
Are you a child?
See, yeah, there it is right there. Now, here's the deal, right? If you got a man, then it becomes our bills when it comes to the house. It's not your bill, your actual bill. It becomes our bills, right? Let's get this shit straight right out. Okay? So, because I'm going to look like this, right? I'm not going to pay your goddamn cell phone bill. Plug it. If I'm taking care of everything in the house, as far as like the rent and the goddamn utilities, right? If I got some money left over, then okay, I 100 here, 200 here, maybe even 300, right? But the thing about though is this, right? Don't you want your own money, bitch? Just ask. So here it comes right here. Like what I said earlier, right? Her head right now is full of goddamn chemtrails. And they just cut on the goddamn heart machine. Let's go.
What? I'm saying?
Exactly. No,
wait a minute.
no, you literally,
You twerk.
you literally.
That right there, this is where he lost total and complete control, right? You didn't got your ignorant ass up, yelling in the camera. And then you twerk. I was like, you know what? Enough of you. Get your ass out. Plain and simple. Right? You're not gonna do that. Not on my goddamn show, you're not. Get your ass out. And then if the other two don't like it, they get gone too.
Just like prove your point.
Lord. Oh my God.
That is gonna be Eric.
And that's
And see, here's the deal, right? I'm gonna tell y'all why she did that, right? Because it's quite obvious if you've been paying attention the whole time, right? She been looking old boy up and down doing the whole show. So she was actually like really twerking for him. She was twerking for old boy. And then they're like say she had to get gone after that. Right? Because it's quite obvious that she doesn't respect. I mean, if they all together, then okay. But I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Plain and simple. He asked the question, are you a child? and she felt some type of way about it. Let's go.
That's the thing. You don't even realize you just proved my point.
Exactly.
I think
I just proved my point.
No, you didn't.
You did.
No,
Yes,
you
I
didn't.
did.
I want a man that
I
pays.
said that in the comments. I
No.
said you're gonna have to watch the comments.
No.
If I say this, there's
Well,
gonna
we
be
don't
a
have to wait for the
plethora.
comment.
And guess what? They all gonna say that, yeah, his point was proven. See, y'all, they, I don't know how often this shit come on, right? But they actually really need to go back and look at the comments, because guess what? As soon as I finish this, I'm gonna give a comment on this, right? And then it is probably gonna be lengthy, right? But the thing about it though is this: you just proved his goddamn point, right? Emotional intelligence. And then, like I said, what the title say? A non-factor. Right there. People holler about emotional intelligence, but it's quite obvious you let your goddamn emotions get in the way. So, fellas, stop saying you want somebody that's emotional intelligence. Because basically all what you said, you want a dumb, ignorant motherfucker. And that goes for the men too. Right? Just put it out there. But yeah, you had to get your ass out.
I want a man that pays all of my bills. I want to be a lady of
You just
leisure.
said you're a man that takes.
I
care
see.
of all
I
of
see
those
you
things.
using my shit.
I was about to
see
say,
you.
Ridiculous.
I see you.
See again, they gonna talk about that's her shit. No, bitch, you've been sitting up there listening the whole goddamn time. Then you want to hurry up and claim it, and then as soon as he said, then here you come with your shit. Fuck
You gonna see it?
Unrealistic as hell.
Which one are you though? You just said you're one thing, but you're
Yes.
mad.
Watch, it's gonna be in his next movie.
I am. I'm gonna tell you what I am. I am a traditional man. I am not a sucker.
You.
Oh my
That's the thing.
goodness.
There's a-
No.
Yeah,
Listen, you
and this
literally
is
said
why you,
no outliers, no anomalies.
Can I tell y'all
You
the
this
difference?
is-
said that.
I
tell
don't.
y'all the
Listen. Hold on. Hold on. And
all right. That's enough of that shit. Okay, so here's the deal, people. Here's the deal. And that didn't go like how I wanted. Let's do this. And it's still not going what I'm doing. Fuck. So anyway, people, here's the deal. All right. Look, y'all saw it. And it's shit like this, right? That why you don't motherfucking won't date nobody. That bitch is loud and every goddamn thing else, right? So, and then I'm still trying to figure out what is a traditional man, what is a traditional woman, right? I mean, because honestly, right? Because here's the deal, right? See, this is what the fuck. See, this is what the fuck happens when you holler, "Oh, I'm a traditional man and I'm a traditional woman." Okay, so for the most part, right? That just means that you part of the goddamn herd of sheep that's out there, right? You done saw what the fuck somebody else did. Now you want to do it. Now you want to say, "Oh, I'm a traditional man or a traditional woman." Well, just those traditions can be broken, right? Stop putting tags on shit, right? Stop looking at it for the simple fact, okay, well, I gotta do this because I'm a man. No. Or I gotta do this because I'm a woman. No. Do it because you're a goddamn human being. Regardless if you male or female, right? Because here's the deal. you're gonna have to do it. But like this, you was doing it before you even got with anybody. So again, right? You just doing what the fuck you been doing. Regardless of what side of the fence you on, whether you male or female. Right? And so I'm like, okay, so you really? I don't do traditional shit. Right? I do it because it needs to be motherfucking done. Fuck tradition. That's y'all's problem now, right? You know, again, too busy listening to motherfuckers. Right? Don't know what the hell you're talking about. Then like I say, I'm not sitting up here saying that I'm the best motherfucker. I'm the best motherfucker since sliced bread. I know that I'm not. But I have enough sense to know that all the shit what they was talking about was straight bullshit. All of it. Right? I don't know what the rest of the show, I don't know how the rest of that shit ended, how it ended. Really don't give a fuck. Right? But my thing is this. All what the fuck that the crazy uncle tried to do is I say, hey, look, this, I look at everything. I analyze it, and then I'm gonna spit out the information. Right? And there's no, a lot of times the average motherfucker don't know nothing. Y'all just talk, y'all are talking, and like it's like y'all doing this. Right? And if you get a bing, right? Oh, but look how many shots that it took for you to hit the damn target. Right? So again, I'm just like, okay, what we doing? What we doing? Right? And I know everybody on that goddamn panel is younger than me. But see, here's something that's real special about the crazy uncle, right? I've been talking like this for a long goddamn time, y'all. Even before so-called YouTube came into existence. Right? Don't believe me? Go back and look at my other channel, Apollos Harris. Right? So, because this one is Harris Martindale. I just say Apollos Harris because that's just part of my actual full long ass name, right? So, but then like I say, just go back, Apollos Harris, right? Go back and pick any goddamn video you want and watch it. I've been talking this way for a long time, people. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Plain and simple. Right? I will beat you down verbally like it ain't nothing. Right? You be ready to fight after a while. Right? But here's the deal. My thing is, all the motherfuckers got tunnel vision. Right? You can't see what's to the right of you. You can't see what's to the left of you. You just looking straight ahead. In order to be the person that you need to be, you got to have a panoramic vision. Meaning you can do this, you can do that, or if you got to do this, right? Don't nobody do that. Because again, if you truly, honestly did, conversations like what we just watched will never take place. And so here's the deal. So the thing was, is being a housewife a privilege or a job? Well, this is looking at it like this. Be privileged or happy that somebody gave you a motherfucking ass a job. Okay? So, with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your dad, tell your birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, cross the street, around the corner. Apollos Harris, a.k.a. Grace Uncle. I'm gonna holler at y'all. And motherfucker. Shit.